In El Paso, Texas, or Chuco, Texas, the lowrider is more than a weekend hobby. Lowriding is a way of life. It is not a subculture to the Mexican-American experience, but part of a complex form of lived history and visual culture.
It is a unique iteration of a deeply rooted tradition in automobility. In El Paso, the lowrider could trace its earliest roots to the 1940s, most notably after the Second World War. Arguably, the trend originated in California and made its way to Texas. With the resurgence of full-scale car production after the war, affordable vehicles allowed the working class to access their own ranflas. By the 1970s, lowriding was a well-known pastime representative of a unique brand of Americanness.
Lowriders are part of a larger expression that includes pachucos and pachucas, with their suit styling. The style originated in El Paso, Texas, in the 1930s. Hence, many Chicanos know El Paso as El Chuco. The dress, attitude, language, and culture include listening to oldies while going for a cruise.
The cruising tradition can trace its roots to colonial Mexican courting rituals on Sundays after mass services. This ritual consists of young men standing along the perimeter of the town square as young women stroll by and flirt with admirers. In the U.S., young, working-class Americans with vehicles continued this tradition in a more modern version, the courting stroll on wheels.
Cruising serves as a form of pageantry and a chance to catch up with friends. It's a weekend pastime that includes everyone, young and old.
The exact birth of cruising is unknown, but some guess that it started around World War II. Parks and parking lots are traditional venues for gathering. Sundays are especially popular as many people still work on Saturdays. In El Paso, popular spots include Lincoln Park, Album Park, Azcárate Park, Alameda Avenue, and Montana Avenue.
Lowriding is more than aesthetics. It traces community practices that benefit many,
thus debunking perceptions and blanket generalizations of mischief and troublemaking. The lowrider community has a history of community involvement. Much like the Catholic originating cofradías or confraternities, members share in building a network of giving through events centered on raising money for any immediate cause, such as funerals, medical expenses, hardships, and more. This is a long-standing practice originating with the working poor and disenfranchised classes.
In central El Paso, murals and lowriders go hand in hand.
Lincoln Park, also known as Chicano Park, is located underneath the I-10 I-54 exchange. Lincoln Park is a grassroots cultural hub, home to more than 50 murals painted by local artists. These works adorn the highway columns. They reflect the region's history, lowrider culture, and Mexican heritage that can be traced back to the Chicano civil rights movement. The murals and the park stand as an homage to the people that inhabit these borderlands.
The car is a culmination of dreams, love, and investment. Picking the ride is a deeply personal endeavor. For some, it can mean waiting years for the exact model to become available, or can simply happen by coming across the right opportunity.
What happens next is magic from the inside out. The opportunities for styles, themes, and mechanization are nearly infinite and only limited by a person's imagination. Customizing the ride means undertaking a long process and a considerable expense, especially when the collector opts for more involved details like chrome, candy coats, pinstriping, airbrushing, velvet, and even hydraulics.
From dashboards to center consoles, any surface is an opportunity.
The lowrider lifestyle, with all its panache and florid expression, is also a form of self-determination in the American visual landscape, a belief that Mexican Americans resist mainstream aesthetics in favor of their own canon.
In other words,
To ride on one's own terms, low and slow, with estilo.
The National Endowment for the Humanities, bringing you the stories that define us.